Hey everyone, this is David B. And in this video, we're going to take a look at some sentences from a news article and analyze them to help English learners better understand some of the words and phrases that are used. The title of the article is Survey: 58% of working Americans say their jobs are main source of mental health challenges. A survey is when they send out questions to a group of people about a particular topic and then they analyze all of the answers. We see the phrase working Americans. So working just means that they are people who currently have jobs. They're not people that are unemployed. They're not people that are retired. They are people that are currently working. And it's also talking just about Americans, which in this case means people from the United States. When we say mental health challenges, we are talking about things like anxiety and depression that have more to do with your state of mind. The opposite of that would be physical health, which is more to do with the health of the body overall. More than half, 55%, of employees said more flexibility over their hours and schedule would make them more likely to stick with an employer. We see two very similar words in this sentence, employees and employer. Employees are the workers. Employer is the company that they work for. We have the word flexibility. We can think of flexibility in terms of a material. If a material is flexible, we can bend it, we can move it around. The opposite of that would be something that is rigid, which means you can't bend it, you can't move it. So in this sentence, flexibility over their hours and schedule just means that maybe they don't want to work 9 to 5 every day. There's flexibility. How many hours are they working every day? What time are they starting? What time are they ending? We also see the phrase to stick would make them more likely to stick with an employer. To stick just means to stay. They want to stay at that company rather than moving to a different company. Employees also favor results-based performance goals over hours-based methodologies. The word favor means the same thing as prefer. In other words, they choose one thing over another. And we see that in the comparison, we use the word over. We favor this over that. We have the phrase results-based. What does that mean? Well, it means it's based on results. They're just combined with a dash in between them to basically combine them into acting as an adjective. So it's results-based performance goals. Same thing with hours-based methodologies. We combine them to turn them into essentially an adjective. Now, methodologies is a large word, and it's very similar to a more simple word, which is methods. So methodologies just means the way that you do something. What are the methods? What is the procedure? What's the system that you go through to do a certain task? So if we wanted to rephrase this sentence, we might say something like, workers prefer to be measured by their performance rather than to simply be forced to work a certain number of hours. And the last sentence for today. However, across the public and private sectors, only 11% of employees say they have jobs where performance is measured by results and hours spent working are not tracked. So let's talk public sector versus private sector. Essentially, the difference is this. Public sector means that your employer is the government. So that would be jobs such as public school teacher, police officer, working in public transportation, maybe even the military, right? These are jobs where you're working for the government, whereas private sector would be jobs where you're working for a private company. Notice that we say across the public and private sectors. So we're taking both of those sectors and looking across, so both of them combined. If we look at the end of the sentence, hours spent working are not tracked. That phrase, not tracked, just means they're not measured. So only about 1 out of 10 employees said that the following two things were true about their jobs. 1, that performance is measured by results, and 2, that hours spent working are not tracked. So those are the two things that the word "and" is combining in this sentence. All right, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section. This is David B. Thanks for watching.